here's what you should be thinking. You, as a small account trader, should be looking to get funded by some type of firm or some type of company that's been coming out. All these different firms that's coming out, you should do your research and get funded by them, and here's why.
A prop firm was promised to you guys by me earlier this year.
And with PrimeTime, a name like PrimeTime, you know, us being the biggest YouTube channel in the space and having the biggest course in the space 2 years ago, I think there's a chance that we can have the biggest prop firm in this space 2, 3, 4 years from now with me and my team.
And I'm here to say, a prop firm has been delivered. Ever since I left Secure the Bag, it did not matter what I launched. All you guys cared about and wanted was my prop firm. Black Friday sale, comments of, where's the prop firm? Launching my wall art with all my canvases, where's the prop firm? Birthday launch, where's the prop firm? In-person event. I worked hard on that video, comments, where is the prop firm? I even posted a survey online and I asked everybody, what do you guys want the most out of these 4 options? And those 4 options were all good options. I thought it was gonna be close, and the prop firm blew every single one of them out. So I do not want to delay you guys any further. So let's launch this prop firm.
Guys, it is finally here. Yes, that's right. Today is the day I am officially launching my prop firm. That means by the end of this video, you'll be able to go to my website, purchase a challenge, and get funded. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Chris Swaggy C. Williams. I've been trading for the last decade and educating for the last 5.5. And all I care about, my only purpose is to give you guys so much value that you guys achieve your goals just like I did many years ago when I had nothing. And the crazy part about this video is that I had so many different ideas on how to launch this firm. You guys remember the last firm that I launched basically about 1.5 years ago? That was a crazy launch, but we did so much, from going this venue, this outfit, this thing, me talking to myself, just for me to launch the firm, just for me not to like the people I was working with, just for me to tell them, you guys can keep the firm, I'm out, I'm gonna do my own thing, right? So I realized I wasted all that time. Fast forward to now. The crazy part is I still flew my whole team out to LA and shot a part 2, basically, but of this new firm. We did so many crazy different scenes and visuals. And then after we did all that, I kind of got here and I was just like, the only thing people really care about is how does this benefit me? Not necessarily the storytelling, not the crazy visuals, not the storyline. How does this benefit me? I have nothing right now and I want to get to something. How does this benefit me? And that is how we got to the point of, you know what? Let's just scratch all of that. Even though I spent so much money on it, let's scratch all of it and let's get in front of a whiteboard and break it down to them as simple as possible. So that is what I'm here to do. So in front of this whiteboard, I really want to focus on 4 major things in this prop firm launch, right? So I want you guys to follow with me step by step. So 4 things and 4 things only, right? So number 1, first thing I want to talk about is what took so long. It's very important because just like I gave you guys the backstory of, you know, launching and the ideas, I got to give you guys a backstory on how we got to this point because it's very important. And some of those details helped form the foundation of some of the features that we have today, right? Number 2, what I've learned from this last 1.5 years. Believe it or not, you can learn so much by reading every single article, watching every single YouTube video, seeing all the highs and lows of other prop firms that are, you know, succeeding and failing, just by sitting on the sidelines and monitoring and then taking all that information in before launching yours, right? So I want to focus on number 1, number 2. Number 3, what I'm, sorry, that is ugly. There we go. What I'm offering. Again, that is really what you guys care about, what I'm offering, how you guys can take the challenge and how you guys can pass the challenge. Number 4 is the mindset you need to actually get funded, the mindset and skills. So I'm gonna give you guys literally a blueprint and a cheat code, right, to actually get funded. What's crazy is I actually went to a wedding a week ago, and one of my guys there was so excited because they were so close to getting funded. They had 1% left to make on phase 2 before actually getting funded. And they were just there, just ready to get back home to finally get that 1% so they can get funded, right? So getting funded is actually a big deal. Now, since we covered these 4, topics and these chapters that we want to go over, let's dive deeper into it, right? So number 1, what took so long? Now, if you guys are in my core audience, you guys already know the name of this firm, but if you are not, the name of this firm is PrimeTime. PrimeTime Funding. Why? Because I am Swaggy C and I am PrimeTime. If you look at the definition of PrimeTime, it's the time where the radio or the television audience is the largest. So if everybody's at home from 6 to 8 p.m., that is prime time, right? So I am prime time. Obviously, I have one of the biggest YouTube channels in the space. I'm the one who started all the vlogs and the crazy editing and the sit-down confessionals. I started all that many, many years ago. And now everybody does it, and it's cool and all, but just know who the originator is. And I know who I am. I know what I can give back to the audience and what I bring to the table, and I know what I'm bringing to the table right now. So right now, what took so long? So we were supposed to launch this actually last December, right? Around December and January. And around that time, I brought a couple of people in from various prop firms who were doing very, very well, right? The number 2 prop firm, the number 5 prop firm, the number 8 prop firm, just bring some people in so we can all, launch this thing together, right? The issue with that is when you have all of these brains together on what you should do and what you should do, it gets nowhere, right? So me personally, had this idea in my mind, right? Let's go back to what took so long, right? Everything was pretty much done, but I wanted to do one major thing, which was let people keep their profits even if they breach. I'll get into this a little bit later. Sorry, I'm typing really, really fast because I don't want to take too long in this video, but this video may end up being long, so I might as well take my time. That was the biggest thing that I wanted to offer, right? Like if somebody is up $20,000 on their account and they make one mistake, they should not be, rid of that $20,000. You know how hard that is, right? Like imagine you are somebody, and let me actually get right into it, right? Imagine you're somebody who had a 100K account and you took it all the way to 120, and let's say the max daily loss is 5%, right? So let's say max daily is 5%, right? You can't lose more than 5% in a single day, right? I don't know off the top of my head what 5% of 120 is. I know 5% of 100K is $5,000. So to be very, very simple in this video, I'm gonna act like 5% of 120 is 5,000, even though it's not, right? So let's just imagine, right? Because it's easier. I don't want to get a calculator out. And it's probably 5.4 or 5. I don't know what it is, right? 5K, right? Let's just say you had a slip up and you lost 5K that day, right? You lost it all in one day. All right, you hard breached the account, and left in that account was 115K, right? So you had a 15K gain from this 100K. Almost all prop firms out there is like, well, you failed, it is what it is, try again, right? And you know how demoralizing that can be? You spend so much time thinking you got your rent saved up for 3 months, you have money to start your business, you got money to go on vacation with your wife and X, Y, and Z, and then you just lost it off of a mistake, then you're home, then you got an attitude with your wife, with your husband, with your kids, with your parents, when they did nothing wrong. I wanted to say, you know what? They made 15K, even though they breached the account, they should keep their portion of the 15K. So whatever the profit split is, let's say it's 90-10, 85-15, whatever it is, right? When we were doing the foundation, what took so long, they should be able to keep their portion of 15K. Half the people loved it, but the higher ups did not love it, right? The customer support people, the managers, they all loved it. But like the COO from this prop firm, like former, and then over here for X, Y, and Z, they did not want it at all. So it was a lot of going back and forth on it. Then they wanted to, have our own in-house tech. And then they wanted to compare us, like we should make our challenges like, Funded Engineer and, and Surge Trader and all these other firms. And I'm just in here like, I don't care what these firms are doing. And not to knock on them, but fast forward 2, 3, 4 months later, all of them failed, right? Surge Trader, Funded Engineer, all the ones that I was being compared to, the Funded Trader, right? Back in March, right? All the ones that I was being compared to, boom, fail, collapse. So it's like, boom, right? So right before they failed, I was like, you know what? Let me just get rid of them because I'm the CEO and I feel like I'm the one who's taking the blame, right? They don't have an audience. My audience is telling me in my DMs, Swaggy, where is the prop firm, right? You guys did not care what I launched, right, since I left Secure the Bag. Ever since I left Secure the Bag, all you guys have been asking me from that moment on is, Swaggy, where's the prop firm? Black Friday sale, Swaggy, where's the prop firm? Launching commas with all these canvases, Swaggy, where's the prop firm, right? Birthday launch, Swaggy, where's the prop firm, right? In-person event for the shift season, crazy visuals, Swaggy, where is the prop firm? So like for me, it was like my audience just wanted a prop firm. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just get them out of here and then launch it myself and then, you know, make my audience happy, right? So that was one of the biggest reasons what took so long is kind of going back and forth and bickering with people. And then once I got rid of them, then the whole, you know, medical situation happened, then this happened with this firm, and so many things was going on that I was like, you know what? Let me just sit on the sidelines. And from sitting on the sidelines, I saw everything happen, right? So the company that I left, by me saying I don't want to work with them no more, right, with Secure the Bag, they had an incubator of like 8 firms under them. All of them collapsed. All of them collapsed to where I looked like the smart guy because I left 10 months prior, right? And I tried to warn people, right? Keep going on and on and on. Then you got fast track funding, all these people like who are just launching prop firms and making it easy or making it cheat codes just to get a quick buck. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to run an actual business, right? I've been doing business for several years, so I know what I'm doing. So I sat back and just watched and waited for my turn, and now it is my turn. So that's what took so long, and that created the foundation of everything we're going right now. So that's why I'm just like, you know what? Let me not wait till January. Let me launch right now in November and start from here. So moving on, number 2, which is what I've learned from seeing all these firms, you know, being great, but also failing and collapsing. What I've learned, that makes no sense, what I've learned. What I've learned literally from sitting on the sidelines was you guys only care about a few things, right? Number 1, bullet point, transparency. All you guys care about is, are we transparent enough, right? Number 2, being paid out. This is probably the biggest thing you guys care about. You guys are scared because you guys spend so much time, you know, trying to, you know, pass the evaluation phase, then get funded, then actually get paid out, right? All you guys care about is, can I actually get paid out, and are you guys transparent enough? Number 3, well, and this kind of goes with number 2, right? No denials, right? And number 3, most importantly, sustainability. Is this firm stable enough, or is this gonna be a facade, something that's here today and gone tomorrow? Here for 8 months, gone on the 9th month, right? This is all you guys care about. And this is why some firms like FTMO get such a major boost in their credit, because they're sustainable, they've been here, they're transparent, and they pay people out. This is all people care about. And what I've seen in the industry from being away for so long is what people have done is not focus on these 3. What they focused on is making easy challenges, having cheap prices, giving away free accounts. Like, they're trying to do so much marketing efforts because their name isn't big enough to just be like, you know what, guys, this is what we're focusing on, right? They try to have so many gimmicks. We do this, we're doing this, and the gimmicks won't matter, and people are starting to see through it. I saw so many tweets back to back of people saying, I would rather have a harder challenge and a little bit higher pricing, but no, this prop firm is going to be here for 2 or 3 years, and I'm never gonna have an issue getting paid out, Then like, oh, we're having a 6% profit target, a 7% profit target. Our 100K account is $360. And if you buy one, then you can get the other one, half off, and then you can, we're giving away 100 free accounts. Nobody cares about that. They care for a day or two, and then after that, it's like, when the firm goes down, then you guys are wondering, how did it go down? And then I've seen tweets like, you know what? This actually isn't sustainable, this method. And now people are actually saying, if you see something that's too good to be true in this prop firm industry, it probably is, and kind of stay away. So that is what I've learned from being away for so long. You guys care about transparency, being paid out, and is this firm sustainable, and not so much the easy challenges, the cheap prices. That's cool and all, but then because you get all these cheap prices and easy challenges, and then you make 10K, and then you don't get paid out, and then you get upset, and you only have to blame yourself for trusting a firm like this that offers just these bottom three. That shouldn't be the priority or the focus. Number 3, what you guys are getting, right? So what we are getting, or what am I offering, right? Whatever the case may be, right? What are we getting, right? How does it benefit me, right? So, like I said, I've been on the sidelines for a long time, and I'm happy to say that I am coming out with that offer that had so many issues with my original foundation team, which is, number 1, letting you guys keep your profits. Keep profits after breach. And some of you guys may say, oh, that's unsustainable. That may not work. It actually will work. If you saw how much money a lot of these firms are making and how much they would make if they just simply did this, a lot of firms can do this, right? Don't act like they can't, right? You'd be surprised. A lot of these firms are, making $3, $4, $5 million a month, not net, gross, of course, but these CEOs are taking home millions and millions of dollars a year, right? And I'm not saying they shouldn't if they create a good product. I'm just saying, do you really need an extra million if it meant more peace to your traders, more love, more, they're not trading under stress and under duress? Because eventually you actually may make more money by having that, right? It's not a detriment to the business, right? That's the most important thing we want us to offer, is keeping profits after breach, because we want you guys to trade here and trade comfortably. We don't want you guys to, trade and then be scared and try to YOLO accounts. And no, we want you guys to try to compound your account flat out, like literally compound it as much as you possibly can. So if you get it from 100 to 120K to 130K, right? Let's just say you go from 100K to 120 to 150. Most people won't let their accounts compound this much because they know if they make 1 or 2 mistakes, this is gone. Whereas here, that's not the case, because you can get it to 169. If you make that mistake, again, you're trading freely, you make that mistake, 5%, daily loss, whatever the case may be, right? Okay, whatever 5% of this is, take it off, and now you still get, your percentage of, let's just say it's 162 or whatever 5% of this is, right? You know how much money that is? Your percentage of $62,000 of a gain of 100K is a big deal. So now, here's the kicker, right? We can scroll up a little bit, right? And imagine with me right now, right? So now the important thing is, now you have 62K, right? This applies for 15K, 10K, whatever the case may be, if you get paid out after you breach, right? But 62K, right? This is so much money. You can literally put 20K into your own broker. You can put 20K into your own life, right? Vacations, rent, savings, right? And you still have 22K left. And all you really need to do is take 2K out for more challenges, because you really can buy 3 or 4 challenges, or 3 or 4 100K challenges with this $2,000, and now you still have 20,000 left. Sorry, it's pouring here right now if you guys can hear it, but you still have $20,000 left. So it makes it kind of easier when you do lose your funded account, because you're not as depressed because you lost your funded account, but you also got all of this. So now you can start on another journey, and now your life is theoretically changed. I remember in my last firm, before I decided to leave the people I was working with, there was a trader who made $33,000 literally in about a 2-week span, and his life changed dramatically, right? So keep all of that in mind. I remember there was a girl named Cody who literally, I forgot how much she made. She made $40-something thousand in a matter of 2 months, and she had an eviction notice on her door. She goes from that to $40,000, right? Life is changed, and that was with restrictions on if you mess up, you don't get to keep nothing. Here, if you mess up, you keep it no matter what, and that is a big thing, right? And in knowing that, we do have a little bit of higher pricing and a little bit of a harder challenge, right? Like I said, I've surveyed the landscape, but in my mind, offering, you know, the ability to keep your money even if you breach the account, right? But it's an extra $50 to purchase, pay the extra $50. It's not that big of a deal, right? One prop firm over here doesn't let you do that, and their 100K challenge is, you know, I don't know, $525, and let's just say mine is $575. Even though this is $50 more expensive, this is actually, it lowers your risk, because once you get funded and you got some gains in your account, you keep it. So your trading is, again, stress-free. So you're not literally penny pinching on every single trade, whereas over here, you're nervous. And imagine this, a lot of people are actually doing well with the old model, and imagine if you guys got on this model, how much better your trading would be, right? Let's keep it going, right? So we do have 1-step and 2-step challenges. We are not offering instant funding because we've seen firms offer that, and people love the instant funding, meaning you can pay a certain amount and immediately get funded. But then guess what? They're here today and gone tomorrow. All these firms have been falling left and right and left and right. Like I mentioned fast track trading early on because they just closed yesterday, right? When this video is being shot, but they were the hype of the century. They went to #1 on, what is it, payout junction for the highest, you know, payouts they had to pay out and stuff like that. It's just like, these ways are actually unsustainable. You have to vet these people from a 1-step to a 2-step, right? Like, or regardless of how it may be, put them through an actual evaluation. You guys are getting spoiled, and we'll talk more about that in #4 in the actual mindset to actually getting funded. But you guys are getting spoiled, right? Stop looking for all these shortcuts to success, because there's no shortcuts. I can tell you for myself, I'm in the trenches every single day. Believe it or not, me and Connor actually got to fly today to Miami, and I get to go see Q and Raul and Anthony tomorrow. All of them, none of them took shortcuts. We all took our courses, we all traded, and we all did it until we became who we are today. But a lot of people out there watching this video are trying to find every single shortcut you can find because you want success tomorrow. And I was actually thinking about this. I was talking to one of my friends the other day where it's like, believe it or not, I actually hate what my life has done to a couple of people. Now, don't get me wrong, I've changed a whole bunch of lives, and those people out there who are, you know, growing and growing and growing year by year by year and being successful, I am so happy for them and proud of them, and proud of myself actually for putting myself out there and changing people's lives. But there are a few people out there who actually get depressed because they see that I was 25 years old when I made my first $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, and $5 million. Whereas they're 26 and they haven't even made 100K yet, or they're 27 and they don't know what they want to do with their life yet, and they get depressed as opposed to looking at me as an anomaly, that's what it is. Yes, yeah, I'm tripping. Sorry, I keep fucking this word up. Anomaly. All right. All right, go ahead. They, instead of looking at my life as an anomaly, bro, what the fuck is going on? They look at my life and they get depressed instead of looking at my life as an anomaly. Right, Connor? You feel me? As an anomaly, you feel me? They look at my life as, oh, I should attain that to myself, and if I'm not, I'm a failure and I'm depressed. It's like, stop thinking like that. You guys can't find shortcuts to everything. Take your time, it's going to be okay. So yeah, we have a 1-step challenge, a 2-step challenge. Here, you guys do not have to have a stop loss when you're trading. Now, I recommend a stop loss. Don't get that twisted. I absolutely recommend a stop loss on every single one of your trades. However, if you guys don't want to, or you guys forget, you guys won't be penalized for that. You guys will be fine. We do offer weekend trading for my swing traders. This is an add-on because I've looked at a lot of data from other prop firms and things like that out there. And most people are just day traders and they don't want to hold over the weekend. only, like there's more day traders and swing traders out there. I am a swing trader, so I like to hold over the weekend. But yeah, we do offer weekend trading as well. For the one step, max daily is 5%. Two step, and I meant like daily in terms of loss, right? Two step, it's 4%, which is again, is still more than enough, right? We can afford to, have 5% on one step, 4% on two step, because again, challenges are gonna be a little bit harder because those traders who pass these hard challenges, they're gonna be rewarded by keeping their money, whether they, breach their account or not, right? Obviously, the goal is for you guys to make $30,000 and then go on the website and click withdraw and then withdraw $20,000 on your own. However, it is good to have that cushion knowing you keep it no matter what, right? So this is gonna be, harder challenges. I know Owen like very, very well. It's one of my closest friends and he runs Funder Pro and he made harder challenges and people thought he was wild at X, Y, and Z. Now Funder Pro is one of the best prop firms out there. He's doing very, very well and they're taking over the game, right? So shout out to Funder Pro, right? You feel me? So it's like, people don't care anymore about all these easy challenges and gimmicks. All they care about is this firm sustainable? Am I going to get paid out or am I gonna get denied? And are you guys transparent enough about everything that's going on, right? So for the most part, if we kind of scale back a little bit, right? I wrote a lot already, all right? That's what took so long. This is what I've learned on what is most important, right? And this is what you guys are getting. Obviously, you guys can go on the website and see the full details of everything. Let me actually write the website out right here before I continue on even further. So you guys can actually see exactly what you guys are getting because I don't need to outline everything. But for the most important part, you guys should know that just get funded because you get funded and there's some gains in your account, you will keep your portion of the gains in there. No stop, oh, sorry, I'm tripping. Up to 90% profit split. Right? Up to 90%, right? Which is crazy as well. So we're offering a lot of good things for you guys as well because the most important part is actually getting funded and changing your life. And I'll talk more of that in step 4. But let me actually give you guys the domain name for the website and then please stick with me for actual number 4 because I think that's actually the most important part of this entire video, right? So the domain name is TradePrime.com. TradePrime.com. Boom. That's the domain name right there. You guys can look at it, go on the website. However, we still got number 4 to go through, right? So please go to number 4, right? The mindset and skills to actually getting funded. Right, there's a certain level of a mindset you need to have and skills in order to actually get funded, right? Again, I talk about not having the shortcuts and understanding certain things, right? But you guys need to understand that you guys are in a golden era right now. You guys have it so much easier than I had it coming in. There were no, PrimeTime fundings and FTMOs back in 2014 when I was learning how to trade and as a freshman in college or as a sophomore at St. Peter's. There was none of that, right? You guys are in an actual golden era, right? So again, my mindset was, I know, the stats say people may fail 1 or 2 funded accounts before they actually get funded. Not everybody, but some people do. That's why my goal was to actually allow people to keep their money even if they breach the account on the funded stage, right? But no matter what, right? I want to talk to you guys about this mindset, right? Even if you don't get to the funded stage and you fail in phase 1 or phase 2, again, let's say you buy let's say you guys buy a 25K account, right? Let's say you guys buy a 25K account for, $250, right? Right? Again, stay with me here. You can blow this account, blow this account, blow this account, blow this account. Not that it's ideal, but I'm saying you can. And on the 5th time, you can pass, and all you spent was $1,250 to get funded of 25K, right? So the trade-off is so much better. That's so much better than trying to put $1,250 into a broker, and then all of a sudden, you just completely ruin that, right? There's a step-by-step process that should be done, right? The mindset is trade on a bigger account, right? Because 10% of a $25,000 account, right? What is that? $200 and $500. Whereas if you got 10% on this $1,250 that you put into a broker, you only walked away with $125, right? So stop getting involved with the percentages on, I gotta make 100% of my account and 300%. That's not normal, right? The S&P 500 only makes 9% a year, right? So when you look at that, it's like, okay, if that only makes 9% a year, who am I to be like, oh, I need to make 80% a year or I'm not a real trader? No, the problem is your mindset is focused on, I gotta put, $100 into an account and flip that, or $300 into an account and flip that, as opposed to, you know what, let me spend my money on getting funded, because who's to say you guys are gonna fail 4 challenges in a row before passing on the 5th one? You guys didn't pass the very first one and all you spent was $250 to get 25K? That's a good ROI. You guys have to fail, I don't know the math on this, you guys have to fail 10 times in order to get to this, to $2,500, right? Not even 25,000. 2,500, you have to fail 10 times just to get to this number. And that is 10% of the overall $25,000 account. So the mindset is you guys need to be trading on, I've been talking about this for a very long time. Here's what you should be thinking. You, as a small account trader, should be looking to get funded by some type of firm or some type of company that's been coming out. All these different firms that's coming out, you should do your research and get funded by them. And here's why. Trading on firms, trading on firms, trading on firms. And obviously we'll have Connor put in B-roll to validate what I'm saying. But I kind of held back over the last year because I knew my firm was coming, but I didn't want to say, hey guys, you should go trade on firms. By the way, my firm is not ready yet, so go to my competitors. Why would I say that? It didn't make no sense. So I kind of held back, but I got a lot of content on trading on firms and trading on firms in general that I'm going to be releasing very, very soon. But I obviously was talking about that a year and a half ago, right? That's the mindset you got to have. Don't be discouraged on failing accounts. Don't be discouraged when, you blow an account. Start again. It's just money. Like, you will work hard, but I can make a case that this is a better ROI doing this over and over again than on some shoes, than going to a concert, than doing any type of vacation. Vacation is gonna run you $5,000. It's better to at least put $1,000 into getting several prop accounts, and all you gotta do is make 10% of and that's just 25K. Let's do it again, right? Of a 100K account. 10% on a 100K account, $10,000. Now you use this money to go on vacation. Don't use your, I'm working a 9-to-5 job, I'm gonna go on vacation. No, use the money you make from your investments, your dividends. That's most important. Grant Cardone talks about, if I want a Rolls Royce or a Range Rover, I'm not gonna take that money from my courses or my speaking engagements. The money I make from my courses and speaking engagements, I'm gonna put that into real estate, and the money I make from real estate, because it's passive, is going to pay for that lifestyle. That is how you guys should be looking at these funded accounts. Do not be spending money on shoes, does not matter, because you're gonna be in the same cycle over and over again, where it's like, you get money, you spend money, and then you go to work to try to get the money, then you spend the money. It's the same thing over and over, it's the same cycle. Literally, same cycle over and over again. You get money, you spend money, you gotta go back to work to make the same money over and over again. And it's somewhere in this cycle, you have to break the cycle where it's like, get money, not spend money, but spend money on investments, right? I mentioned in my last video that there's a video that I haven't even released yet that's like, the only investment that works 100% of the time is you. Even if an investment fails, real estate, stocks, anything that you invest in, especially books and courses, even if you don't even like the book, you don't like the course, it does not matter, because it's growing your brain day by day by letting you know flat out that this is what I need to do in the future. Okay, I don't like this book, I don't like this advice, this is what I shouldn't be doing in the future. It gives you an actual blueprint. And then after you make the money from your investments or your trading accounts or dividends, then you spend the money on vacations and X, Y, and Z, and then you do the cycle over and over again to the point to eventually, maybe you make some money to where you leave this. There's so many people out there in the world who's actually leaving their jobs from, one massive prop firm check of 80K, 90K, 100K. And I'm not saying do that, I'm just saying it definitely is a lot easier when you got an 80K check coming to you from a prop firm, and it's like, okay, if I really wanted to, instead of buying and balling out, I can save up for 12, months of rent or my mortgage, whatever you guys have, and then my next payout can be on, okay, everything I do after this is for luxury, because you guys deserve luxury things. You guys deserve the sports car. You guys deserve it all, right? Get it all. But I'm just saying, take care of your life first, and that's the mindset you need to have when you're trading on an account, because when you have that mindset, then it doesn't matter what happens, because there's a long-term gain, right? You don't need to be rich by next year so you can get the girl who curved you in high school and you want to prove her wrong. That'll come. Don't think it only applies to when you're 23. There's still girls right now who curved me when I was 18 years old or 19 at St. Peter's who is still in my DMs who want to be with me. It's been a decade. Nothing changed with me. I'm just rich now. Nothing changed. I look the exact same. I'm just rich now. So all you guys who's like, I gotta get rich by now. For what? It's gonna be there while you're 31, 33, 35, 36, it doesn't matter. The average millionaire doesn't become a millionaire until 42. You guys are in your 20s. You guys are fine. You guys are 33. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is why I said earlier, I hate what my life has done to some people because it makes it feel like they're a failure because they're not where they want to be and they're 33 years old. You're still so young. You're so young. I put in 10 years to get here. You put in 10 years, then come holler at me. I guarantee you'll be a lot further than you would be on year 2, 3, 4, or 5. This is the mindset you gotta have. The skills, obviously, it goes without saying. You gotta actually know how to trade, which is where you go to a course, learn how to trade, go on my YouTube channel, learn for free, learn how to trade. Once you do that, boom, join a prop firm. And this is my advice to people out there, right? Let's say you already know how to trade, been trading for 1 or 2 years, right? Very, very simple. Trade on a prop firm, get paid, have your own broker account, live your life. It's that simple. That 4, prop firm, trade, make money, put some of that money into a broker account, live your life, savings, business, whatever you want to do. It's that simple in that order. Now, overall, I do want to say the one credit I will give to this industry from going back to number 2, right, on what I've actually learned is that in number 2, when everybody says, oh, the goal for this firm is to, monetize the data and find the best traders so that we can, fund them with live accounts and get them on a hedge fund. My only fair point to the industry is everybody who is saying that, they do actually mean it. There's just things that get in the way, which is like these easy challenges, cheap prices and giveaways. They don't know how to run the business. There's internal conflict. A broker pulls something away from them that causes them to go insolvent and go under and have to close. But they do have that mission at heart in terms of finding the actual best traders and eventually making a fund out of all of that. And the ones who are actually sustaining and being here for a long period of time, they're actually working towards that. Do you think it'll be beyond the realm of possibility for FTMO to do that in 3 years after all the data they collected? No, that's what's going to happen, right? So all these firms are trying to have the same mission, the same goal. It's really just a race to see who's gonna be here the longest. That's pretty much what it's gonna be, right? Who can actually do that? It's not a competition on who has to do it first. There's multiple hedge funds out there in the world, right? It's not about that. It's just a matter of who can be here the longest. Something happened in 2008 or 2009. I don't know if you guys remember, but there were a lot of Forex brokers before that. And then they passed the Dodd-Frank Act, which basically put so much regulation in, it cut out a whole bunch of brokers, and the only ones who sustained was Forex.com and Oanda. And guess what they did? They basically took up all the business of all those 30, 40, 50 brokers who were there who got cut down due to those regulations. And the real thing about this is like, yeah, there's gonna be some things that come in. Those last 3, 5, 6, 7 prop firms out of the hundreds that started, they're going to be the ones in 3, 4, 5, 6 years who have that actual firm or the actual fund from this firm. So I appreciate you guys for coming to this video. The funny part about this is I actually held a survey, I wanna say about 2 weeks ago, and I asked you guys, what do you guys want the most out of these 4 options? Number 1, a prop firm. Number 2, 365 being ran the correct way if I took all the knowledge and criticism and ran it the correct way, right? Number 3, an in-person event. Number 4, Deep Pockets University, which is my mentorship I've been focusing on since 2021. And overwhelmingly, number 1 was the prop firm. So I know you guys have been wanting this for a very, very long time. Like I said in point number 1, what took so long, you guys know I would rather sit back on the sidelines and gather information, just like I've been doing with Deep Pockets since 2021, and then launch. Not that there's a perfect time to launch, but there's a certain perfect amount of knowledge to have, certain perfect amount of value to give back to the world when it's ready, and that's what I wanted to do with Deep Pockets, and that's what I'm doing with PrimeTime. So, guys, if you guys do not mind, I would love for you guys to go to Trade Prime. Actually, let me delete that and make it bigger. Pause. Make it very, very much so. Trade Prime.com. Go there, buy a challenge, get funded. It'll be very, very, very amazing. And just so you guys know, like we talked about when it comes to, all the way back here in terms of what happened with firms on how they crashed, no discounts. Stop with the discounts, right? Like, again, I'm seeing people, actual students who don't really have much money saying, if I see a firm offering a discount, I'm not gonna trade with them because you're giving a discount to everybody. Eventually, you're not gonna have enough cash in the bank and they're gonna go insolvent and I can't trust you. Like, I've learned so much from sitting on the sidelines. So I'm gonna actually add this. Make it here. Discounts. No discounts, guys. Because again, we are offering something that 99% of firms do not have, which is we're allowing you to keep your money. Just get funded. And then no matter what, you have a little bit of money, a little bit of gains in your account, you're gonna keep it, right? Keep that in your mind. So we're doing things the correct way here. Don't come in here looking for shortcuts. If you're coming in here looking for shortcuts, it's not going to work, right? We do have a lower leverage, 1 in 30. But again, we're not doing anything different in that regard of leverage than Forex.com is doing, and that's the #1 broker in America, right? So again, we're not trying to find traders who come in here in YOLO and want a 1 in 500 leverage, 1 in 100 leverage. We don't care about this type of stuff, right? We really don't. I'm not in here to try to make $10 million a month and have a bunch of trade. I don't care about that. I just want my traders and my audience, people who love me and rock out with me and like the product offering we're having here and like the piece of no matter what happens in the funded stage, as long if you hard breach the account and you still have some gains in there, you get to keep it, give them that peace of mind. That's all I care about. Literally making sure my traders are good. That's what I've been doing with my courses. And that's what I would do with my prop firm. All I care about is making sure they are good. So do me a favor and go to that domain. Also for the YouTube channel, go to youtube.com to follow the actual prop firm page, because all of my videos and all of my information and updates will be on that YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/Trade PrimeTime. So the domain name is tradeprime.com, but the YouTube channel is youtube.com/tradeprimetime.com. Please go there and subscribe, because I'll be giving out all of my knowledge and updates on this YouTube channel. If you can't find it, go to my main YouTube channel, just scroll down to all my other channels and you will see the Trade Prime YouTube channel right there. So I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Like I said, I had so many different ideas on launching this video. And like I said, I apologize for not giving you guys my normal crazy visual launch. But like I said, I really felt like it'd be better if I just literally got in front of a whiteboard and just explain things to you guys and explain how it will benefit you guys, right? We're trying to teach you guys discipline so that you guys can actually live life on your own terms. You guys know how great it actually is to live life on my own terms, right? I'm here in a mansion with my family. My nannies are taking care of my kids, and obviously like when I'm working right now, then I'm gonna go spend time with my kids for a few hours, then I'm gonna fly to Miami and spend time with my guys for a business. Like, that's freedom, right? I go to Dubai in a couple days. That is freedom, and that is what you guys need to aim to get. Not everybody's gonna get there, right? I'm not selling a dream or anything like that, right? I know everybody's not gonna get there, but for the few people who will get there, I really hope this changes your life. I actually know it will change your life because the goal is to go from 0 to be the craziest person that you believe, whether that's 500K a year, 2 million a year, or 3 million a year. The goal is to actually get there. And the first steps of getting there, I personally believe, is on a prop firm. If you don't believe me, you know what's funny? To validate this, I was actually talking about people should be trading on prop firms instead of their own account back in 2020 when I didn't even have a prop firm, right? At all. I will have Connor input it here to validate it, but I remember when I had the braces on and I was at Circa, you put in $300 or $500 or even $200 to take a challenge to see how good of a day trader you can be. And if you pass the challenge, guess what? You now have a $25,000 account that is split 70-30, 50-50, 60-40. That alone is better than you trying to flip a $100 account. Why? Because you now have $25,000 or $50,000, right, to trade with. Let's say you make $10,000, right? Great. 70-30 split means you got $7,000 and they got $3,000. Great. You can run it up some more, or you can be smart and take that $7,000 and put it into your own account. So now you got 100% all profit split, all yours. I had no prop firm, I had no interest in starting a prop firm, and I was telling people back then 5 years ago, you should be trading on a prop firm because trading on an account that has so much more money in it than your own brokerage account, again, look at the percentages. 5% of that is more than 20% of this. Right? I'll do it one last time and then I'll end the video because I want to do it too long, but just to be serious. Again, 100K account, right? Let's do 5%. You make 5% over here, that is $5,000, right? On a 100K account. Whereas over here, you have a $100 account that you're trying to flip because you're looking at social media and you make 20% on a $100 account, you only made $20. It's a big difference, percentage splits, right? You could make 100% on this, and all you end up getting was $200 total because you only made $100, right? So it's literally a law of math overall, right? It makes more sense, and I've been preaching this for the last 5 years, but this time I'm just so blessed that I have a prop firm that I love, that I trust, that I've worked on, that I've made my own rules on, that I can give to you guys so you guys can be happy and trade responsibly. So without further ado, I look forward to paying you guys out. I look forward to having some interviews. I look forward to flying you guys out to where I am to have some fun. And last but not least, there is a charity component to this, as you guys may see on the website. It's funny because I gave this idea to somebody a year and a half ago and they put it on their website. And I just feel like there's a lot of things I do in this industry that I'm the one who starts it and people copy it, but sometimes it's my fault because I'm over here planning it and they're just like, oh, that's a good idea. And then they go execute it, right? So now I'm executing, now I'm not playing no more. I appreciate you guys for watching this video and trade Prime.